Hey everyone, welcome to
Techno
Talks.
Hi, my name's Alex. I'm the Regional Coordinator for Technocamps based at Bangor University in North Wales. I've been asked to talk about something techie for this part of the podcast, so here goes. I was a teenager in the 1980s during the big home computing boom. These were the days when if you wanted to play a computer game, you had to write it yourself or, at the very least, type it in copied from the pages of a magazine like Computer and Video Games. My brother Mark, who was 15 at the time and a much better programmer than the 11-year-old me, actually had a game published in the pages of this magazine. To help support this computing boom, the BBC created their own home computer called the BBC Micro. This was adopted by most of the schools in the UK. Towards the end of the 80s and into the 90s, the home computing movement began to slow down as companies like Microsoft and Apple created their Windows-based operating systems and Office applications, as well as games consoles becoming more affordable and sophisticated. Teaching in schools moved more towards the use of applications in ICT lessons, rather than learning how to actually create applications in subjects such as computer science. This led to a reduction in the number of young people interested in computer programming, and this has been recognised as a bit of a problem, as these are the skills that are now really in need. To help address this problem, the BBC stepped forward again in 2016 to create the BBC microbit. This was made available for free to every Year 7 pupil in the UK and shipped to schools for their use. The microbit is a very cheap single-board computer programmable through an easy-to-use web-based interface. It has a variety of sensors and an LED display which makes it possible to create all sorts of interesting projects from automated greenhouses to wearable fashion devices. Towards the end of last year, the BBC released the microbit version 2, which offered a number of upgrades including a microphone and speaker, a touch-sensitive logo, and a number of power and processor improvements. This extra functionality makes an even wider variety of creative computing projects possible, including things like artificial intelligence, voice control, and music. Here's a little tune I've programmed onto mine. Fans of science fiction may recognise it. Oh, okay, I admit that's a little underwhelming, but I can't wait to see the amazing things that people are going to do with the microbit in the future. If you like what you've heard about the microbit, you can purchase one for under £15, and there's a wealth of resources available online to get you started with all kinds of interesting and rewarding projects. The Microbit Foundation's website, microbit.org, is a good place to start exploring. If you're listening to this as a student and you've never encountered a microbit before, speak to your computer science or ICT teacher in your school. Every school in the UK should have microbits. It may just be that your school is not using them at the moment. If you're listening to this as a member of staff and you need support in using microbits, please get in touch with us at Technocamps. We would be more than happy to help you get up and running with them. They are absolutely perfect for really engaging activities in the new Welsh curriculum, particularly in the science and technology area of learning and experience. If you're a parent listening to this, ask your children if they've used a microbit in their school. If they haven't, then perhaps contact your child's school and ask them about microbits and whether they have their use planned into the school's curriculum. I hope you found this part of the podcast enjoyable and that I have inspired you to find out more. Have fun coding and making with the BBC microbit.